Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that defines our lives, shapes our futures, and determines our destiny: the power of choice. Every day we are presented with countless decisions, from the smallest choices, like what to eat for breakfast, to life changing ones like choosing a career, a life partner, or the values we stand by. Every decision we make, whether big or small, plays a role in shaping who we are. The power of choice is one of the greatest gifts we possess because it allows us to direct our own lives. From the moment we wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed, we are constantly making choices: what to eat, what to wear, how to interact with people, and how to spend our time. While some choices may seem insignificant in the moment, they accumulate over time and define our character, habits, and future. Our identity is not something that is predetermined, it is built through the choices we make each day. Imagine two people facing the same difficult situation. One chooses to see it as an opportunity to grow, while the other sees it as a reason to give up. Over time, these choices create two very different individuals, one who is resilient and adaptive, and another who feels powerless and stuck. It is not circumstances, but our responses to them that determine the kind of person we become. Consider the power of habit. Every small choice we make reinforces a pattern of behavior. Choosing to wake up early and exercise every morning creates a disciplined and health-conscious person over time. On the other hand, repeatedly choosing to procrastinate leads to a person who struggles with productivity. Our daily choices define our routines, and our routines ultimately shape our identity. When people look at successful individuals, they often focus on the major decisions they made, but it is the small, consistent choices, such as prioritizing learning, staying disciplined, and maintaining a strong work ethic, that truly set them apart. Personal values also play a crucial role in shaping identity through choices. Every decision we make is a reflection of what we value. Someone who values honesty will consistently choose to tell the truth, even when it is difficult. Someone who values kindness will choose to help others, even when there is no reward. These repeated choices form a person's moral compass and define how they are perceived by the world. Our choices are a direct expression of our beliefs, and over time, they solidify into the principles that guide our lives. Another powerful aspect of choice is how it influences our relationships. The way we choose to interact with others shapes not only our social life, but also our inner world. Choosing to surround ourselves with positive, supportive people helps us grow, while choosing to stay in toxic environments can hinder our progress. Every interaction is an opportunity to choose kindness, patience, and understanding. Over time, these choices determine the kind of relationships we build and the type of person we become in the eyes of others. One of the most significant choices we make in life is how we deal with failure and setbacks. No one is immune to challenges, but our response to difficulties defines our resilience. Some people choose to view failures as learning experiences and use them to improve, while others see them as reasons to quit. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence or talent, but the choices they make in response to hardship. When we choose perseverance over defeat, we develop strength, confidence, and wisdom that shape us into better versions of ourselves. Ultimately, we are not just the result of our circumstances, background, or environment. We are the result of our choices. Every moment presents an opportunity to decide who we want to be. The beauty of choice is that no matter where we start, we always have the ability to change our path. By making conscious, intentional decisions that align with our values and goals, we take control of our lives and shape our destiny. Life is full of unpredictable events, and not everything is within our control. Challenges, setbacks, and unexpected situations are inevitable. However, while we cannot always control what happens to us, we have complete control over how we respond. This is one of the most powerful aspects of human choice: our ability to decide our attitude, mindset, and actions in any given situation. Every day, we encounter circumstances that test our patience, resilience, and character. Sometimes these moments are minor, such as dealing with a rude person, facing a delay, or encountering a small inconvenience. Other times, they are much bigger. Facing a career setback, losing a loved one, or dealing with personal failure. In all these situations, we have two fundamental choices: to react emotionally and impulsively, or to respond thoughtfully and constructively. When people feel like victims of circumstance, they often believe that external events determine their happiness, success, and well being. This mindset can lead to feelings of helplessness and frustration. However, those who recognize the power of choice understand that their emotions, thoughts, and actions are always within their control. Instead of focusing on what went wrong or who is to blame, they shift their attention to what they can do to improve the situation. This approach allows them to turn setbacks into opportunities for learning and growth. One of the best examples of this principle in action is seen in the lives of people who have overcome adversity. Many successful individuals did not have an easy path, but they chose to rise above their circumstances. Consider the story of Helen Keller, who became blind and deaf at a very young age. Despite these challenges, she chose to focus on learning, adapting, and making a difference. Her ability to control her response to hardship led her to become an author, activist, and an inspiration to millions. Another powerful example is Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who endured unimaginable suffering in concentration camps. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he explains that even in the worst situations, humans still have the ability to choose their attitude. He observed that some prisoners gave up hope, while others found ways to maintain their dignity, hope, and even kindness. His conclusion was that while external conditions may be beyond our control, the one thing that can never be taken from us is our ability to decide how we respond. On a smaller scale, we see this principle in daily life. When someone criticizes us, we can choose to take it personally and feel discouraged, or we can use it as constructive feedback to improve. When we face failure, we can dwell on disappointment, or we can analyze what went wrong and try again with more knowledge. Even in moments of frustration, such as dealing with traffic or waiting in long lines, we can choose patience over anger. These small choices may seem insignificant, but over time, they shape our mindset, happiness, and overall quality of life. Another key aspect of controlling our reactions is emotional intelligence. People who develop self-awareness and emotional control are better at handling stress, making sound decisions, and maintaining strong relationships. Instead of allowing emotions to dictate their actions, they pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with their long-term well-being. This ability not only helps in personal growth, but also in professional success, as those who remain calm and collected in tough situations often become great leaders. Ultimately, recognizing that we control our reactions empowers us to live with more confidence and peace. We stop blaming others for our emotions and circumstances and start taking responsibility for our own happiness and success. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to practice resilience, patience, and wisdom. By mastering our reactions, we gain control over our lives, shaping not just our own future, but also influencing those around us in a positive way. Throughout history, the power of choice has shaped the world in profound ways. The decisions made by individuals have sparked revolutions, created groundbreaking innovations, and changed the course of human civilization. Every great achievement, every act of progress, and every moment of transformation can be traced back to a choice. One person deciding to take a stand, to pursue a vision, or to challenge the status quo. The choices we make do not only affect our own lives, they have the potential to impact society and inspire generations to come. Consider the choices made by historical figures who reshaped the world. Nelson Mandela, for example, chose forgiveness over resentment after spending 27 years in prison. Instead of seeking revenge, he dedicated his life to unity and reconciliation in South Africa, leading to the peaceful end of apartheid. His choice not only changed his own life, but also transformed an entire nation and inspired countless people worldwide to believe in justice and peace. Similarly, Mahatma Gandhi chose nonviolent resistance in the fight for India's independence. While many believe that freedom could only be won through armed struggle, he made the radical decision to use peaceful protests and civil disobedience. His choice proved that great change could be achieved without violence, influencing future movements for civil rights, including those led by Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States. These examples illustrate how a single choice made with conviction can alter history. Beyond social movements, choices also play a significant role in innovation and progress. Many of the world's greatest inventors, entrepreneurs, and thinkers succeeded because they made bold decisions in the face of uncertainty. Steve Jobs, for instance, chose to think differently and challenge traditional technology. His decision to prioritize design, simplicity, and user experience led to the creation of Apple's revolutionary products, which transformed the way people interact with technology. Thomas Edison made a similar impact by refusing to accept failure as an endpoint. After thousands of failed attempts at inventing the light bulb, he chose persistence over giving up. His eventual success illuminated the world, proving that determination and resilience in decision-making can lead to groundbreaking discoveries. In the realm of science, Marie Curie's choice to dedicate her life to research in physics and chemistry led to discoveries that changed modern medicine. Despite facing discrimination as a woman in science, she chose to push forward, eventually winning 2 Nobel Prizes and paving the way for future generations of female scientists. Her choice to pursue knowledge despite obstacles has saved countless lives through advancements in cancer treatment and radiology. Even in everyday life, choices that may seem small can have far-reaching effects. A teacher choosing to believe in a struggling student can change that child's entire future. A person choosing kindness over anger in a difficult situation can create a ripple effect, influencing others to do the same. A single act of generosity can inspire a chain reaction of goodwill. The impact of choice is not limited to world leaders or inventors. Every individual has the ability to make decisions that shape the future. Choosing to help others, to stand up for what is right, and to embrace challenges with courage are decisions that can leave a lasting legacy. Whether in personal relationships, business, or social change, the choices we make today determine the world of tomorrow. Ultimately, the lesson is clear. Great choices lead to great impact. While it may not always be obvious at the moment, every decision has the potential to set off a chain reaction of positive change. When we choose with intention, wisdom, and a sense of purpose, we harness the true power of choice, not only to improve our own lives, but to inspire and uplift those around us. Making choices is not always easy, especially when those choices involve risk, uncertainty, or personal sacrifice. The most meaningful decisions in life often require stepping out of our comfort zones and facing fears. These difficult choices shape our character, define our resilience, and determine the direction of our future. While it is tempting to take the easier path, real growth and fulfillment come from making courageous decisions, even when they are challenging. Fear and uncertainty often accompany major life decisions. People struggle with choices regarding their careers, relationships, personal goals, and moral dilemmas. The fear of failure, rejection, or making the wrong decision can be overwhelming. However, avoiding difficult choices does not make life easier. It only limits personal development. Those who achieve success and fulfillment are not necessarily the ones who never face difficulties, but rather those who have the courage to make tough choices despite their fears. One of the most common areas where people face difficult choices is in their career. Many individuals find themselves in jobs that do not bring them happiness or fulfillment, yet they stay because change feels risky. Choosing to leave a stable but unfulfilling job to pursue a passion or a better opportunity is never easy. There is always the fear of the unknown. What if things do not work out? What if the new opportunity is not as good as expected? However, those who take that leap often discover that growth only happens when they embrace change. The most successful people in the world are those who made bold career choices, refusing to settle for mediocrity. Relationships also require difficult choices. Choosing to walk away from toxic relationships, whether personal or professional, is never easy. Many people remain in unhealthy relationships because they fear loneliness or confrontation. However, choosing self-respect and emotional well-being over unhealthy attachments is essential for long-term happiness. Similarly, choosing to invest in meaningful relationships, even when it requires effort, vulnerability, or forgiveness, is a choice that leads to stronger and more fulfilling connections. Another area where difficult choices arise is in personal development. Choosing to prioritize health, education, or personal growth often requires sacrifice. Waking up early to exercise, studying late at night to gain new knowledge, or committing to a skill that requires years of practice, these choices demand discipline and perseverance. The immediate reward may not be visible, but over time, these decisions lead to a healthier, wiser, and more accomplished version of oneself. Many of history's greatest figures have demonstrated the power of making difficult choices. Abraham Lincoln, for instance, made the painful but necessary decision to fight against slavery, even though it led to civil war. His choice was not the easiest or the most popular, but it was the right one. Similarly, Rosa Parks' decision to refuse to give up her seat on a segregated bus was not an easy one. It led to personal hardship, but it also sparked the civil rights movement and changed history. These examples show that making difficult choices is often the key to creating positive change. Even in everyday life, we are faced with choices that test our courage. Choosing honesty when lying seems easier. Choosing integrity when compromise is tempting. Choosing kindness in the face of hostility. These are not always the simplest choices, but they are the ones that define who we are. In the end, the choices that challenge us the most are often the ones that matter the most. They require bravery, resilience, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But with each difficult decision we make, we grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of shaping the life we truly desire. The path of least resistance may be comfortable, but the path of courage leads to greatness. Every decision we make is a reflection of our values, priorities, and long-term goals. While external factors may influence our circumstances, the choices we make based on our principles determine the direction of our lives. When we align our decisions with our values and purpose, we create a meaningful and fulfilling existence. Without this alignment, we risk making choices that bring short-term satisfaction but long-term regret. Values act as a compass, guiding us in the right direction even when life becomes challenging. When people are clear about what they stand for, whether it is honesty, integrity, kindness, perseverance, or ambition, they make choices that support these principles. For example, a person who values honesty will choose to tell the truth even when lying seems like an easier option. A person who values kindness will choose to help others even when there is no immediate reward. These decisions, repeated over time, define a person's character and the legacy they leave behind. One of the biggest challenges people face is making choices under pressure. When faced with difficult decisions, it is easy to be swayed by fear, peer pressure, or temporary emotions. However, those who have a strong sense of purpose use their values as a guide. Consider a business person who has the opportunity to make more money by engaging in unethical practices. Without a strong moral foundation, they may choose short-term gain at the cost of long-term consequences. However, someone who prioritizes integrity over profit will make decisions that reflect their ethical beliefs, ensuring success that is built on trust and credibility. Similarly, when faced with life's challenges, a clear sense of purpose helps people make choices that lead to growth and fulfillment. For example, someone who values lifelong learning will continue to seek knowledge, even when it is difficult or time-consuming. A person who values health will make choices that prioritize physical and mental well-being, even when unhealthy habits seem more convenient. By consistently making decisions that align with their core values, individuals build lives of meaning, purpose, and personal fulfillment. Long-term goals also play a crucial role in decision-making. Many people make choices based on immediate gratification rather than long-term success. However, those who have a clear vision for their future make decisions that support their dreams. A student who aspires to be a doctor may sacrifice short-term pleasures like partying or excessive leisure in order to study and achieve their goal. An athlete who dreams of winning championships will choose discipline over comfort, pushing themselves beyond limits to reach excellence. These individuals understand that every choice they make either brings them closer to or further away from their goals. The importance of aligning choices with values and purpose is evident in the lives of many influential figures. Mother Teresa dedicated her life to serving the poor because she valued compassion and selflessness. Elon Musk chose to pursue groundbreaking innovations because he values progress and the advancement of humanity. Oprah Winfrey built her career on authenticity and empowerment because she believes in the power of storytelling and personal growth. Their success was not just a result of talent or opportunity, but of choices that were deeply rooted in their values and purpose. Every day presents opportunities to make decisions that either reinforce or contradict our values. The key to living a meaningful life is to ensure that our actions consistently reflect what truly matters to us. This requires self-awareness, discipline, and the ability to think beyond temporary pleasures or difficulties. While the right choices may not always be the easiest, they ultimately lead to fulfillment, success, and a life without regrets. In the end, true happiness comes from living in alignment with one's values and purpose. When people make decisions that honor their beliefs and aspirations, they create a life of authenticity, impact, and lasting fulfillment. By choosing wisely, they not only shape their own future, but also inspire others to do the same. Every choice we make carries consequences, shaping our future in ways both big and small. While some decisions may seem insignificant at the moment, they often have lasting effects on our lives. Understanding this reality helps us make more thoughtful and responsible choices, as every action leads to a result that we must ultimately face. The power of choice is not just about having the freedom to decide, but also about accepting responsibility for the outcomes that follow. One of the most important aspects of making choices is recognizing that we cannot escape their consequences. If someone chooses to live an unhealthy lifestyle, neglecting proper nutrition and exercise, they may not see the effects immediately, but over time, health issues will arise. Similarly, if a person consistently avoids hard work or procrastinates on important tasks, they may struggle with career setbacks and missed opportunities in the future. On the other hand, making disciplined, responsible choices leads to success and fulfillment. A student who dedicates time to studying instead of wasting hours on distractions will build a strong foundation for future achievements. A professional who makes ethical decisions in their career earns a reputation for integrity, opening doors for long-term success. Sometimes, people make impulsive choices without considering the long-term consequences. This is often seen in financial decisions, relationships, and career moves. A person who spends recklessly without saving or investing may face financial struggles later in life. Someone who reacts emotionally instead of thinking rationally in relationships may damage bonds that are difficult to repair. Every decision, no matter how small, has a ripple effect, influencing future opportunities and experiences. Taking responsibility for one's choices also means acknowledging mistakes and learning from them. No one makes perfect decisions all the time, but those who accept accountability for their actions grow wiser and more resilient. Instead of blaming others or making excuses, they analyze what went wrong and use the experience to make better choices in the future. This mindset leads to personal growth and maturity, helping individuals navigate life with greater wisdom and confidence. Ultimately, understanding the consequences of our choices empowers us to make better decisions. When we approach life with awareness and responsibility, we take control of our future. By thinking before acting, considering the long-term impact, and accepting accountability, we ensure that our choices lead to success, happiness, and fulfillment rather than regret.